Welcome to Maple and Mango Show. I am Rafael, your host. This is episode 10, and this is the last time I'll be able to count with my fingers, episode 10. And this episode is very exciting because on this episode, I will be giving you some key components that can help you prospect anyone. If you are in the business landscape, you are on sales, and you need to get clients, this episode will serve you as a great tool on which components should be part of your interaction with your prospects. First thing is first, know that you cannot say the right thing to the wrong person. You can be the most prepared and still the wrong person will not say yes to you. So first thing is that know that. So it's not all about you. So if people are saying no, perhaps it's that you are not working in the right markets. And that is a big part of it. So first off, you identify your target market. And then when you are talking to people, usually you want to start asking certain questions to find out a bit about them. Once you know something about them, now you can start thinking how you can present your product as a potential solution to their needs. Let's say that you're out and about and there is somebody that you like to prospect. Let's say you are in a suit store. In the suit store, there's this gentleman and you want to approach him and you want to have a conversation with him. Let's say you are in the financial services landscape. Let's say maybe you're trying to grow your team. How can you start a conversation with this person? Something that's very, very simple to do is always point out the obvious. Let's say this person is wearing a nice watch. Point out that is a nice watch. And automatically, they're going to say thank you. When you talk on what's important to people, they're more open to have a conversation with you, right? Rather than just being a stranger and starting a random conversation, people feel more open. Oh, my goodness, this person actually took interest in it. And obviously, this is important to them if they are wearing a nice watch. All right. So once you are in that spot right there, you can easily, get to know them a bit better. Something like, by the way, that's a nice suit. What are you shopping? Is this what you do for work? And perhaps they would tell you, I work in finances as well. If you're looking for a prospect for finances, and they would tell you a bit more about them. Automatically, you can position your opportunity to perhaps have a conversation down the road with them. So first off, number one is point out the obvious so you can get a conversation going with them, and then you ask some good questions so you get to know them a bit better. If you are presenting a product, you need to state clearly what it is that you do. You state clearly what it is that you do, and what you do must be impactful at the beginning. So for instance, if you work in financial services, a very simple way that you can explain it, I help people and businesses grow and protect wealth with financial strategies. That's only very simple to understand. I know it's very vague, and that is on purpose. You do not want to give too much information. Remember that you want to show them the trailer of what you do. You don't want to show them the whole movie. Trailers in movies, they're amazing at what they do. They show you some nice effects. They say a few nice lines, and automatically our brain's like, oh my goodness, I wonder what follows. I wonder what happens. And this is something that you want to do. Along the way, you should consider saying something that solves a problem. If you work in the insurance industry in Canada, something that you can say is, it's interesting. Did you know that the second reason people go bankrupt in Canada is actually medical issues? So give an impactful extract, you know what I mean? And then present how you solve that. Critical illness insurance can be a solution for this need, for example. It also helps making it personal and relatable. For example, you can give a client example. I had this client, they got diagnosed, and they were able to afford the medicine and they were able to pay off their mortgage, and he's all well now, and now they're living a happy life. Something very simple. Obviously, don't say it like that, right? Make it more personable, but something along those lines. So give an example of how your product or your service solve a problem, and something tangible that they can relate to. The next thing is you need to have a call to action. Many times, especially I remember when I was newer in business, I would give people all this value, but I would never pre-close. We call that pre-closing. I would never get them to agree to have a meeting in the future or having a future conversation about this. So make sure in this point, you find a way to get a contact and a pre-agreement to say, yes, sure, we're going to have a future conversation. Okay, so that you can say, yes, by the way, this was a great interaction. I have to run, but let's stay in touch. We can have a conversation in the future. What is the best number that can connect with you? Or what is your LinkedIn? Or find a way to stay connected so you can continue to have a conversation in the future. And by the way, extremely important, the prospects that you have, you need to follow up with them. You need to follow up multiple times. Perhaps you call the next day. If they don't pick up the next day, call 2-3 days later. If they don't pick up 2-3 days later, call in a week. If they don't pick up in a week, call in 2 weeks, a month, and then start spreading it out. So you don't want to stalk people. However, you want to professionally follow up with people. And the last thing is that you gotta keep it short and conversational. If you are too rigid, people don't like that, right? People like to see you as a human more than just a robot. Nobody likes to be sold. That's just the reality. Nobody likes to be sold, but we all know that sales drive the world, right? So just keep it short, conversational, laid back, not too aggressive. At the beginning of my career, I remember I was a bit aggressive with people. Basically, I met them and automatically it's like, let's sign up kind of thing. Get to know them a bit more, be more relaxed, be okay with sitting down with them a few times if that's what you need to do in order to build a relationship, not too long, but to the point where you sense that they feel comfortable working with you. All right, champs, this was episode 10 of Maple and Mango. I'll be making these episodes once a week. I want to keep you up to date with what's happening in my head. I want to share anything that I learned throughout the week and anything that I learned throughout the years, and hopefully you can share this with somebody who can benefit. Let's go.